One of the rhinos has an extraordinarily long horn, but its size seems to hamper him, not help. The shorter-horned challenger definitely has the edge.
The one appeared to be stronger and fitter than the other one, and far more aggressive. The weaker of the two would keep turning around and trying to run away, and the more aggressive rhino would run up behind him and literally lift him right off the ground with his horn. It's amazing to think that he was lifting up 3,000 kilograms, and he did it so easily.
That's 3 tons, the weight of a large SUV, on the tip of a horn made of keratin, the same substance as our fingernails.
The rear end of the victim was very punctured and bleeding from the amount of times he had been rammed.
Extreme aggression like this is rare in rhinos and is almost always caused by the presence of a female ready to mate. Usually, rhino fights end when an opponent retreats, but the short-horned challenger wants to make sure victory is his. Sadly, in this case, surrender isn't an option. Instead of graceful sideways swipes, these battling bulls use their skulls like battering rams. An adult giraffe's neck can deliver a bone-crushing blow. One bull is cut beneath its eye, both sport severe bruises. But the worst is yet to come. As they lock horns and their tussle intensifies, events take a highly unexpected turn.
So where's the lucky female?
You know, you won't often see us out like this.
It's knocked out.
The challenger's horn hits the junction between its opponent's skull and spine, causing instant concussion. The giraffe's head has actually received not 1, but 2 heavy blows. The first from its rival, and the second as it crashes 5 meters down to earth. Unconscious, the giraffe is highly vulnerable. Its unprotected neck an easy target for any passing predator. 2 brothers caught on the run. Whilst one makes good his escape, his sibling is surrounded and in big trouble.
It felt like the car was vibrating from this roar. You could actually feel it in your gut. With that roar, I was going to sit there, boy. I was not moving nowhere. It sounded like they were trying to get a message to these 2 blokes. You're getting in our way. Get out of here. It is so intense. It is actually frightening. See that deep, intense roar that it is hitting you in the chest.
But what drives such a savage attack? Behaviourist Kevin Richardson has spent the past decade working with large predators. He believes that this conflict is a turf war.
It's 2 old males coming to the end of their reign and 4 young males who are quite a tightly bonded coalition of either brothers or cousins saying, hey, it's time for us to take on a new territory, it's time for us to take over your pride, and if you don't want to get out of here, we might just kill you. The 4 of them really circle this old male, each taking their turn to show him that they are younger, they're fitter, they're stronger. He's very submissive. He turns his backside in, he tries to protect his hindquarters, and he certainly doesn't want them to get anywhere near his throat.
As vicious as it seems, this fierce competition is the way lions get rid of weaker animals. and keep their population fit and strong.
When it was finished, I put the camera down and we just sat there, took a deep breath to realize we were in nature.
I was looking through my binoculars. The next thing, the stallion took this little foal, and I was so engrossed in it, I just kept on looking through my binoculars, and my partner Graham shouted at me, "Get the camera, get the camera." The stallion attacked this foal. It was horrific. He was throwing him around. He had him by his leg. Oh, he was horrible. He was jumping on him, and he threw him in the water. I couldn't believe what he was actually doing. It was really terrible. The mother, in all her efforts, tried to save the baby, and she was kicking him and biting him, and he just wouldn't let go. He just would not let go. He obviously wanted to get rid of that foal.
When the mare joined the herd, she must have already been pregnant with another stallion's foal.
I didn't realize that zebras were so vicious. I found out since that the stallion's instinct is for his gene to be the one to continue down the line. He's not going to accept another male's gene in his herd. Eventually he did leave the foal. The herd left the waterhole and the mother stayed behind. And they were communicating with each other. You could hear them in the distance, neighing, and she would answer them back as to say, "I'm not going, I'm staying here, I need to look after my baby." The next morning early, the foal was still there. It obviously had died in the night.
The canoe uses every ounce of its energy to try to shake off its assailant, but the lioness has a vice-like grip. Eventually, the canoe's got nowhere left to turn. The big cat gets what it came for.
What happens when those females jumped up there and they were like dropped down as the giraffe kicked them, you could hear their nails going through the skin like when you tear sandpaper. It was unbelievable.
The lions are relentless, but they can't reach the giraffe's vital organs. The only way they can succeed is to force their victim to the ground. Despite the bull's brave fight, the outcome is inevitable. It's a grim scene, but at least the hungry pride will feed well. Such epic struggles are rarely witnessed and very seldom caught on camera.
If it would have been 5 minutes later, we wouldn't have got it. We would have missed it. So it's all about timing.
It's this extraordinary ability to take down prey 10 times their size that has earned lions a reputation as the top predators in their field.
The cheetah should have been paying more attention. It's a slightly slender-built creature and really doesn't have the power to take on a lion. The lion sees that cheetah as competition for food. So does this happen often? Lions interacting or killing other predators happens more often than we think. It's inevitable. Territories are getting smaller and smaller. Animals are crossing each other's paths more frequently. Any predator that comes into a lion's territory is deemed competition.